Hey everybody, on today's video I'm going to talk about how I'm just finishing up making templates for the floor. Right now, looks kind of tricky at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's still tricky, right? So the idea is you take a shape, you know, kind of roughly around the size of the shape of the piece of metal that you need to replace, right? You just take a ruler, preferably one that your dad used to own from 1975, but if it's just a regular ruler, that'll do. Try not to cut yourself. Try and use a source of material that's not gonna require you to cut deeply into it about 12 times, because when it's that thick you're gonna need to use force and you might cut yourself. I was using something a little bit thinner earlier, but I ran out of it. Actually, I did buy another piece of it yesterday, but I don't even know if I'm going to need it now. I don't even know if I'm going to need it now. I think I might be able to just do what I need to do with this. The other day I was watching this guy's videos, and he was working on some kind of weird car that was called the Nomad, and the guy calls himself Dan from DD Speed Shop, and he was doing some work on his floor, and that's why I was watching the videos. But I've watched a lot of his other videos since then, and he's done a lot of work on his car. Basically, he's done everything that I've done, but a lot better and about 100,000 times quicker. The guy's got a lot of experience, obviously. Now, right, okay, so that side was good, but this side needed to come down a little bit. Did I already cut it down? No, I don't think I did. I'm going to cut it down a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Did I cut it down a little bit more? Is there another piece in here that looks like I did? Maybe this is it right here. Yeah, I think that is it. Alright. Come on, guys. Let's leave the workshop. Try and do a little bit of work before I go to my job. Yeah, as you can see, you know, I got that part all done. I got that part. It doesn't really look like it's working very well because it's kind of skewed and all, you know, messed up. But, you know, like when you put all the pieces there real nicely, it looks like it's real good. It looks like it's all good, you know, and like this piece, I mean, I kind of, you know, been walking around here, so it's all kind of been bumped up a bit, so it's not like perfect anymore, but it does work. It does all fit together pretty nicely. I think I could fill that little sliver in there with a little bit of something else, you know, fill it up. But yeah, all these pieces, I did this all, but I redid it with this whiteboard because yeah, I just wasn't happy with it. It looked pretty crappy, and I found out that what I was doing was really inappropriate, because what I was doing is I was making the templates, and I would I'd be sitting here, you know, doing stuff like this, right? And I'd be like, oh, it almost kind of fits, you know, and then I'd kind of like press on it, and then I'd be like, oh, there it goes, there it fits. But then all of a sudden, one time when I was out here working on it, I realized, well, you know what? You know what? You can't do that. You can't do templates and like press on it and be like, oh, there it fits. Now it's all done. Because the metal that you're going to use, it really isn't... Am I bleeding? No. It's not going to like push in, right? I mean, well, maybe it will if it's thin enough. But, you know, like if you just make templates and you make them and then you let them just like, you sit them just like that and you leave them just like that so that they're sitting on the metal and they're just being supported by the metal that's already there. And then you go ahead and you think to yourself, okay, that's going to contact there. I can weld there, weld there, weld there, weld there, you know, and you won't have to like press it in like this side right here, right? Like, oh, there it fits. That's not really practical because the metal's not going to do that. It might, I mean, if it's thin enough and you just press on it, but this is my first time doing this. I don't have any experience, so I'm kind of, you know, or maybe I cut a little bit too much off there. I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe not. Maybe I can move this piece over a little bit more. You know, I have no idea how much of this is, you know, fillable, right? Like, say there's that spot right there. Say if it was like that. You know, like, I don't have a lot of experience to know that, oh, I could just fill that up with a weld. You know, I assume you can, but I don't really have a lot of experience to know that offhand, you know. But anyways, yeah. So, yeah, I got that part done. I got that part done. This part, I have all the metal pieces that are going to go where, you know, they're all going to go. So I kind of don't really think I need to do any templates for that. Because all those metal pieces cover all those holes. I mean, unless I find out that some of it needs to be cut out again, you know. But like, you know, I did the test. You know, and it's all, you know, it's not, you know, getting, you know, like holes in it, like, you know, like right there. Like, that was when I was doing my test. I was like, is it rusty? Boom, and it went right through. I was like, yeah, that's rusty, so I need to put a template there. But all the rest of it, I mean, it's all like solid. Like, I bashed on it real good, and it's holding itself up. So, yeah. I finished doing this last night. I put the old gas pedal back on there just to see where it would kind of sit. And it looks like it's going to sit right about there. And yeah, so I think that when I get all the metal pieces cut out, it'll be sturdy enough that I can see exactly where I need to put the gas pedal. Because as it is now, the gas pedal just kind of fucks up everything and flops it all over the place. And I can't really figure out, okay, that's a good position for this piece of metal to support the gas pedal through its, you know, time operating. This other stuff over here, right? This is a template that goes from the edge of this metal piece, connects up to here, and then it's going to go back there. But the reason why I kind of stopped there is because I don't know how to go about, you know, replacing that, like cutting that out, you know, and like stuff like this, and also stuff like this, because this goes underneath here. So like, I don't know how to go about doing that. I mean, like, maybe I should cut this out with the grinding wheel and then replace this, but then this is welded there, right? So like, am I gonna have to cut that out? And I don't know, first time experience over here. Yeah, cut some templates out for here, sort of. I'm gonna have to redo these templates, I think, you know. Yeah, so I think I'm going to cut this out, and I'm not going to try and refabricate that thing, but maybe just like weld in like a couple of spots where it's like little piece of what this is here, and then maybe another one there. You know, I don't know why there's like a little lip right there. It doesn't really seem like this antenna, the original antenna, goes underneath there. It doesn't seem like it. Seems like it might, but it doesn't, right? Anyways, so yeah, so I got all the templates almost all done. So I'm planning on having a piece of metal that's this length go right up to here, right up to there, to the edge of the rocker panel. And I didn't know what a rocker panel was until I GTS'd it, until I Googled that shit, and I figured it out, right? Somebody, when I was talking to them about the rust, massive rust under the Rambler, massive rust under the Rambler, thread that I made on the forum, I took a picture of this area, but it was from underneath. So it was from somewhere like around there, right? So I kind of think that whoever was looking at it was seeing that maybe the rocker panel was rotten, but it's not, you know, like it's not rotten, you know, like it's healthy, right? It's healthy here, it's healthy here, it's healthy here for the most part, except for this, you know. But somebody else from the forum who commented on one of my YouTube videos was saying that it's double walled, it's double boxed, but I don't really know what they mean, right? Maybe it's because maybe they're saying it's double boxed because it's two box shapes inside the rocker panel, inside this thing, which is the rocker panel, and this is the floor. This is the rocker panel, this is the floor. Maybe he's saying that it's double boxed because of this piece right here. I don't know, I don't think so. I don't think so. Also, that person on the forum was saying that there's a whole lot of redundant braces and supports and stuff like that underneath the floor, which is 20 gauge sheet metal. And he also said that the sheet metal that I was describing using earlier isn't really going to be a good choice to use because it's thick, you know, it's thick. And he says it's not going to be a good match for the floor, and the floor is going to be uneven. But I don't mean to not take your advice, but I'm just going to do it anyways and move forward with it. And I'm just going to try and make some progress. And you know what? It's not going to be perfect, but I really got to do something. You know, I really got to start making some progress because I'm kind of feeling not too good about what's going on with the Rambler. I don't want to keep on, you know, dinking around and not doing much, you know. Maybe that's not too smart, but you know, I think I'm taking it pretty slow, you know. Fritzy from Fritzy's Fabrications, he's got like a pneumatic one. He just but I don't. I just got mine. Anyways, pretty sure you guys don't want to hear all that banging and stuff. But I plan on doing some of the cutting with the grinder and the cutting wheel for areas that are kind of like this. You know, like there's a piece that's under here that I could see, and I kind of was thinking that if there wasn't a piece under there before, I didn't think that there was. There's probably another piece under here too. Maybe just take a look. You can just bashed my head on the car. Ow, that was not too fun, but not too painful. Anyways, but yeah. So in places like this, I was planning on just, you know, just putting the sheet metal in and just saying, don't even worry about like cutting a small piece that's 1 inch wide and then like fabricating it up to raise up this area and then put this on there. What I could do is I could just put in the flat metal and then put a smaller piece. It's about that wide right there. And then just elevate this, you know, cut it out, clean it up, whatever. And then just put that back on there without having to do all that extra work. I mean, the floor isn't going to look the same way it used to, but I don't know if anybody is really going to, you know, write to the president of Canada and complain about it or whatever. I took that stuff off the side of that area right there and just to expose it and see what the bottom of it looked like, so I could maybe try and address that rust issue that's down there too, you know. But I broke it, but it's really old and rotten anyways, you know. But I kind of want to like maybe glue it back together and stitch it back on there. The other part that's over there, it's also just stapled on there. That's exactly the way it looks from the factory. You know, and then the seat goes back on there. I got all the stuff in the kitchen again. And yeah. A lot of the Ramblers back inside the kitchen again. The tent collapsed during a windstorm. Took a big scratch in the top of the roof of the Rambler, which kind of sucks. But anyways, not the end of the world. I tell you, it's kind of hard to do some work when it just sucks so much outside all the time. Anyways, all right, guys. 1958 AMC Rambler Super part. I think this must be 97. You know, 97 by now. You know, it's like that. Like that. Just here, like that. And put this here, like that. This here, you know. Yeah, I guess it's gonna have to be elevated a little bit more. It's kind of hard to see where it's kind of supposed to be, you know, without these plastic bags in the way, you know. I kind of don't really remember it being that high up though, but the gas pedal is connected to the linkage that's connected to the old throttle linkage behind the firewall. I reattached it so that I could have that there, so that I can kind of see where that should go, where the floor should be. But yeah, I mean, like, it comes off, right? It comes off and then it sticks back on into one of these holes. But I really remember that it was on this, in this hole. in this area and not the top one. So I think it should go back onto that same thing, you know? You know? But the reason why it's probably not making sense is because probably the plastic bag is in the way, fucking up this perspective, and also the floor is, you know, always being jostled around. Like even these cardboard pieces are jostling this around. So I think once I get all these shapes cut out in the metal, you know, and it's all going to be fucking sturdy, right? It's all going to be completely sturdy, right? You know, it's going to have that angle right there up against the transmission hump, and this angle is going to be on here, going like this to make room for the exhaust pipe that gets moved up and down when you attach it to the manifold, which needs to be recreated. I need to do that so that can be worked with, and yeah, it'll be stiff. But right now, like, it's all floppy, right? Right? You know, like, it's all floppy, you know? So I think once I get that cut out into those stiff metal boards or whatever, metal pieces, I'll be able to really start doing something with the gas pedal and really start figuring out a way to, you know, mount it, I guess. It's just a little thing that the little clip clips into. It's not rocket science. Anyway, guys, so yeah, thanks a lot for watching the video, and yeah, 1958 AMC Rambler Super Part 97, I guess. And yeah, it's gonna start snowing here pretty quick. Yeah, all right, thanks a lot, everybody. Bye bye.